In 1999, a small film that would change our perception of reality and fiction forever premiered. The Matrix struck the lives of many like a bolt of lightning amid the darkness, tearing the veil that blinded us from the truth about the world that we inhabit and the forces that control it. Although the film depicted a dystopian world where humanity was trapped in an illusion created by machines, its message resonated deeply with the world back in '99. And it continues to be relevant now more than ever, since simulations seem to be our inevitable new reality. The Matrix Resurrections presented a new version of the Matrix that uses people's emotions to feed the machines. The analyst had some interesting things to say that eerily reflect our reality. How exactly? Stay tuned to find out. Welcome to Matrix Explained.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
Here's the thing about feelings. They're so much easier to control than facts.
More than a simple monologue from a villain, this dialogue reflects the reality in which we live in, where the rise of social networks, simulations, and deepfakes have created a desert of the real. Reality and fantasy are mixing, leaving society lost in a maze of mirages and simulated constructs. Social media has transformed the way we interact and relate with others, allowing us to share information and experiences with a speed and scope never seen before. However, they have also fostered the creation of a virtual reality where people can shape their imaginations and narratives as they see fit, blurring the boundaries between the authentic and the manufactured. Here, feelings take precedence over facts, and emotions are manipulated to shape the perception of reality. Just as the Matrix predicted all those years ago, our lives have been flooded by a torrent of manufactured information, dreams, and nightmares that drag us into an abyss of doubt and mistrust. But why was the analyst using emotions or feelings to generate energy? What does that even mean? And how does it apply to our reality? The analyst uses feelings to generate energy because he discovered that suffering and the emotional connection between people can be used as a more efficient source of energy for the machines. By keeping Neo and Trinity in a state of emotional distress and on the brink of connection, the analyst created the optimal energy flow. This is an evolution of the original premise of the classic Matrix trilogy, where living human bodies were used as batteries to power the machines. But to understand the analyst's words, we must comprehend the metaphors behind the first Matrix movie.
You can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
What truth?
That you are a slave, Neo.
The concept of the Matrix doesn't just apply to a computer simulation, rather it refers to a system designed to control us, whether that be religious, political, or economic beliefs. This is what the Matrix means. It is a system designed to control you and create a false reality for you. This false reality is not only limited to simulations, but our everyday lives. When the analyst talks about how thanks to people's suffering, the Matrix is producing more energy than ever before, we get that the Matrix is a system designed to control us. It is a critique of society and capitalism. Something that confirms this idea is what Bugs tells Neo.
That's what the Matrix does. It weaponizes every idea, every dream, everything that's important to us.
This idea is born from a philosophical belief that affirms that capitalism takes all your hobbies and desires and monetizes them before rendering them frivolous. Clearly, this is something that happens with people who manage to turn their hobby into a job when they feel trapped in a system. A good example are artists. They begin with a deep desire to show their creations to the world and express their feelings. Then they become political weapons of a social system they don't even understand. They turn their dreams and desires into one more cog in the massive machine. But why is it suffering that feeds the system? In multiple sociological investigations of behavior on the internet, it is proven that anger is the purest of emotions when measuring the number of clicks that people give on the internet, hence the term hate clicks. A person is more likely to click on a news article or video that talks about something they hate or that annoys them. Humans are more attracted to negative emotions and tend to prioritize them. This desire for drama and attraction to tragedy is what makes most news outlets in the world their money. It's no coincidence that on platforms like Twitter, people behave aggressively and with a herd mentality, just like the NPCs in Matrix Resurrections. In fact, the herd of NPCs is a reference to the Twitter mob. The analyst found that human weakness and is exploiting it. Humans don't care if reality is real. They just need something to fight about, or sometimes just need to find something to be offended about, no matter how dumb it is. In the end, emotions matter more than facts, and this is something that the analyst uses to his advantage. This brings us back to the idea that Neo and Trinity are trapped in a simulation and never saw the real world. Possibly the analyst created multiple simulations where Neo and Trinity continue to suffer to fuel the machines. Ironically, the same thing is happening in our society, as AI is used to create audience retention on the internet. If the artificial intelligence or algorithm finds out what keeps you glued to its website is by showing you content that makes you angry, you will never escape the content and information loop that the AI tailor makes for you. It uses your desires and fears to trap you in. In platforms like TikTok, its algorithm has become so powerful that it can recommend new content by analyzing your reactions to previous videos. This customization is what could lead to internet addiction and other social and mental problems over time. If the Matrix were real, we would say that these recommendation algorithms would be the first step in controlling people's thoughts. After you can predict a person's likes, fears, and desires, you can control their actions. The analyst is one of the most complex characters in the Matrix, and we think that he is much more persuasive than the Oracle and the Architect. But the most disturbing thing about the analyst is that he personifies the problems we have in our society. And worst of all, he is not entirely a work of fiction. Today, multiple private companies are fighting for our attention, using our feelings to achieve monetary gain. But do you agree? Are human emotions being monetized by big, greedy corporations? For Matrix Explained, please leave a like and subscribe. And thank you for visiting the Desert of the Real.
The day-to-day routine can feel like an endless cycle. Waking up can feel almost impossible, but not for us at Simulatte. We have the best variety of coffee and hot beverages to help you wake up to a new life. Stop by our establishment, where you'll also find a great selection of literature to go with your coffee. And who knows, you might even come across a familiar face.
Have we met?
Simulatte, the best cafe in Mega City, because there is only one way, and that is Simulatte.